Are you launching a Catholic YouTube channel? Watch this. Here are 4 keys to unlock the impact of your Catholic YouTube channel. And if you're new here, my name's Teresa. I help Christians master their story and impact the world. Let's get started. The first key is know your story. If you're launching a Catholic YouTube channel, it's so important that you understand your own identity in Christ before you step into the conversation. And so first things first, you want to take a step back and you want to do some journaling. You want to look at your background factors, your history, your family, your upbringing. You want to figure out your testimony on a timeline. So you look at the past, then you look at the anchor point of whenever you became an adult in Christ and you really started to function in your calling as a Christian. So at that point, there's a special thing that happens. There's something that God delivered you from. And so when you think about Colossians 1:13, it says, God has delivered us from the dominion of darkness. He's transferred us into the kingdom of his beloved son, Jesus Christ, in whom we have redemption through his blood, which results in the forgiveness of sins. If you were raised Catholic, you had a faith at a childhood level. At a certain point, you became an adult in the faith and you started to make the faith your own. And so as you see the trajectory of your own life, whether it was you were raised Catholic or you converted or perhaps you reverted after a period of time of being away, there's going to be a special point in your story where you really went into the deeper things of God, when you really started to walk with the Lord. And so you want to look at your story, that point right before, and then that's going to tell you what you can really help people do. So knowing your story and getting that timeline worked out, getting that testimony figured out is really going to increase the impact that you can make on your audience. Why? There are certain things in your story that the Lord really brought you through. He revealed to you as he was drawing you closer to him. And so when you look at those particular mechanisms in your story, that's really going to increase the impact when you start to try to reach your audience. So now let's talk about key 2. It's know your goal. So once you know your story and you know the unique elements that makes your story yours, then you need to ask yourself, what's my goal with this YouTube channel? You don't just want to go and start a YouTube channel and you're now throwing content spaghetti at the wall. And what's going to inform you on how to do this right? Your story. So you want to look back at your story. You want to look at the different elements that make your story unique. And I want you to make a list of about 3 to 5 topics that are very core and central to your testimony. This is going to become the theme of your YouTube channel. As you know, when you enter the conversation in the Catholic sphere, there are so many different things that you can talk about because this is going to make it easier for you to enter the conversation. So once you know your story, then you can really focus on your goal. And so you want to ask yourself, do I have some particular piece of education that I'm trying to provide? Is there some particular topic that I really want to specialize in because it's so central to who I am? Is there a certain product or service you're selling? You need to ask yourself, what is my goal with this YouTube channel? And then you need to write a mission statement. What's really cool is that you can use ChatGPT to help you do this. You can write out all the elements of the things that make you unique and then ask ChatGPT, hey, write a mission statement for my new YouTube channel and see what it comes up with. And you can try this on your own. But you want to have a central mission, a central theme to your YouTube channel. Why? This is going to increase the impact that you can make because it's going to bring more clarity for the audience when they're coming into your channel and they'll know what you want to talk about. You want to steer clear of things that are so broad because that becomes vague. You want to be as specific as possible. Now, this might sound actually counterintuitive to some people because a lot of people might think, well, I just want to be everything to everyone. But that is going to make you actually sink to the bottom of the algorithm and you won't be able to be found. So you want to get really, really specific on what that niche is. And so when you think about your goal and you think about your mission, you want to be as specific as possible so you can rise to the top of the conversation. As you know, with Story Catholic, if you've been here, you know that my mission is helping Christians master their story so they can impact the world. And I do that by educating and drawing people into my content where I share about how to share your testimony effectively. I talk specifically about New Age Jesus. I talk about conversions and reversions and helping people to develop their stories, right? And so in that way, my channel is very specific. And so I'm reaching my audience with a very specific goal. So now this is leading us to key number 3, which is it's very important to know your audience. Now here's a key and a secret for you. Your audience should be pretty specific because it should be pretty tailored to who you are, right? So when you think about your story and you think about your goal and your mission, you're going to be able to best meet that audience that resonates with you deeply. How do you do that? By knowing your own story, knowing those unique ways that you can really speak to the people. And then that's how you're going to know who that audience is. So once you figure out who your audience is, you really want to journal, write down a list of, okay, who are these people? What do they think? What do they feel? What interests them? What scares them? What do they want? What are their goals? What are their aspirations? What are their dreams? What are they interested in? All those things. You want to tease this out and build a story of who that audience type is and who that audience member is. Then you want to go and you want to find them online. You want to figure out where are they hanging out online? And that's where you're going to go and you're going to go meet them. And so this takes us to key number 4, which is strategy. You want to have a strategy on how you're going to meet your audience. And if you're on YouTube, this is a great way to do it because a lot of people go to YouTube to be educated. So if you have your story figured out, you've got your goal, you've got your mission, you know who your audience is, you are ready to strategize on YouTube. And so it's really important to get a strategy going. What I recommend is publishing 1 video a week, and you want to make sure you're doing keyword research and hashtag research so that you are telling the algorithm where to place your content. This is very important because if you just start throwing content spaghetti at the wall, it's not going to help you whatsoever because the algorithm is going to be looking at your channel like, what's going on? I don't know what this person is. And so you definitely want to have a specific set of, I would say, 3 keywords or phrases that are completely direct to your mission and your story, because this is going to help the algorithm know where to place you. Now, what you want to do is you want to develop out about 8 to 10 videos of content that's going to reach your audience, and you want to batch record that content. You want to get it all figured out on the script side and then sit down and record those videos in a batch. This is going to help you because when you start spitting off the videos, let's say once a week, you're going to be able to be present to engage with your audience instead of sitting there and having to figure out all the editing and everything while you're going. And so make sure that you have some time to at least batch record, I don't know, maybe 4 videos, but this is also going to help you stay on the path so you can watch the analytics and see how people are engaging with the content. Now, this can take some time to break into the algorithm, but one thing you want to know is that you want to follow what works. If something works for you, double down on it. Make sure you're sticking to your niche for at least 8 to 10 videos, I would say, before you start pivoting. You really want to make sure that you give it some time. Now, I will say this, if you pick a mission and you pick a niche and you're like freaking out about this, just know this is not a life sentence. So you can change that niche later if you want. So that can help alleviate some of the anxiety or stress about like, well, I just don't know. And it's okay. Just pick something that sounds like it's going to be good and rock with it for a little bit. But you do need to take some time to spend with it just to see if this is something that's going to work for you, and then pivot as needed. But generally speaking, when you really zero in on who you are and you really zero in on your story and your mission and your goal, it's going to be really specific. And so it's going to be so true to who you are that it's not going to be something that you're not going to resonate with. It's going to be so core of what you value and what you're interested in. Once you really go deep into the heart of your story and you understand that mechanism, which opens up into your testimony, it opens up into your calling, it opens up into that goal, that mission that's really going to resonate with your audience, then when you get to know exactly who that audience point is, you'll be able to then go and strategize and meet them where they're at. So I hope that this was helpful. I'm so excited for you. Good luck with your new YouTube channel. And if this is something that you want help doing, I actually help people do this. I run an academy where I help Christians master their story and impact the world with a tried and true step-by-step method that takes out all the guesswork, that takes you deep into the heart of your story, deep into the mechanisms that make you who you are, help you to really tease that testimony out in a way that then moves into the section of the program that helps you really niche down, find that goal and mission, and then take it live into the world. So if this sounds like you and you're really excited about starting your Catholic YouTube channel and you're a little bit lost on where to get started and you really want to make sure that it's core to who you are, to your story, so you can reach the audience that you know you're being called to reach, so that you can greatly increase and maximize the impact that you can make on the world, go down and click the link below in the description and let's talk. This is Teresa. Welcome to Story Catholic. Make sure you subscribe and we'll see you on the next video.